Hello planning mashers and welcome back to the channel. Today we're flipping through my 2021 bullet journals and I can't wait to look back at all the setups. If you're new here, my name is Masha and I'm creating videos on bullet journaling, doodling, creativity, so be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you always know when I release a new video. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so in 2021, I used 2 journals, or more like a journal and a half. So let's take a look. We're gonna start from this one. And this is actually an A5 Archery and Olive journal from a Rainbow collection. Don't you just love the way journals look when they're all filled out? So I don't usually start a new journal in the new year. I start when I run out of pages in my previous one, and it so happened that I ran out of pages in December 2020. So this journal starts in December 2020. Okay, so I decided to put the key here. It's not really a page I use a lot lately because I've been bullet journaling for a while. I already know what's up. But I feel like I wanted to decorate these pages, so I put the key here. And so this is my word of the year, and it fit perfectly, and it worked miracles. Then this is my future log, and I must say that this format did not work very well for me. I still prefer to have like maybe a vertical future log, but something where I can see month and the appointments together. So don't think I'm going to be doing this format again, but I added washi tape here to make sure that I can easily find this page. Also because on this side of the page is my grid guide. So when I was setting up this journal, I really wanted to try some new pages and do a little bit more than in my usual journal setup. So I did this page with a few of my favorite things. And I must say, as you can see, I never actually used it. I am going to try to fill it out at some point. But yeah, not something I used. Well, anyways, it was fun to create it. Then my goals and intentions. And I feel like this was a really good idea, but somehow it just didn't work for me. So with my goals, I didn't really sit and work through my yearly goals. I kind of went by setting my goals month by month. And as you can see, I did not set my intentions at all. Maybe I need to get more organized and next time to actually write things down. But, well, I like sharing those flip throughs because you can see the real story behind my journal. So I created this About Me page. And my idea was that when I finish this journal on this page, I will create another About Me page so I can kind of see where I am and how things have changed. But I realized that once I'm done with the journal, I am so done with the journal. All I wanted to do is just to start planning in my next notebook. So that was kind of an interesting lesson to learn. Then I have a photo a month. I really love this idea and I kept it up for like 4 months. But then I realized that not really many things are happening to me here. I honestly didn't even have things to kind of put here. And yeah, that idea kind of died out. I feel like once I move, I might have a little bit more active social life and everything. So maybe in my next journal, I will go back to this page. This was supposed to be my vision board. And I even started sketching it, but I never did it. Yeah, but I do have a vision board in my next journal. So, well, that's the truth behind my bullet journal. Next page, I'm not gonna share because it's full of like private information, but that's kind of my finances page. And here we go. So we're starting from December, and December was all about llamas. It was a fun month. This was also when I think I finally received my stamps from Everyday Explorers, so I've been using them a lot. Just love them. They're so gorgeous. And most of the things that I will be mentioning in this video and some other supplies that I used in these setups will be linked in the description, so be sure to check there. As you can see, with the New Year and Christmas, my planning kind of stopped on the 23rd. Okay, so January I used items from the very first Archer Knowledge subscription box to decorate this setup. It did not come out looking as perfect as it did in my mind, but I think it still looks okay, and I had a lot of fun with it, and that's what matters, right? Now to my February, and I think this might have been my favorite theme in last year, because I really like playing around with different colors of paper, and I also have 3 types of ink: white, black, and gold. And I just feel like this theme came out looking so good, and I'm really loving it. This was also when I received my label maker, which has been very helpful, and I feel like I should start using it again. It's been a while. So my routine spread is in a very different style, but I actually had these pages assigned for something else, and then the something else never happened. I don't even remember. So I actually came back and used these empty pages for my routines sometime in April, and that's why you can see that these routines include my puppy, because he joined me in March, and so I knew that I had to create some new routines that would include his schedule. And we are on March, and March was inspired by the Petite Planner with like bright pink flowers and black accents. And it was kind of a challenge to me because I don't usually use such bright colors, but I think eventually it turned out pretty cute and quite fun. I must say that this was probably not the best idea for writing down my to-dos in like black and then in white, but you know, it worked out, and it does look really cute, I think. As you can see, somewhere around here, I think this week was when I got Bruce. And so I think I had some kind of a separate plan for these pages, but I can't remember now. And honestly, after I got Bruce, the first few months were very heavily based on me taking care of him. So as you can see, I didn't even plan much. But here we go. April was all about Bruce, and I had a little bit different idea in my head on how I wanted it to look, but it came out the way it did, and I can't but love it because it's about my puppy, who is the best. The cool thing about this theme that I also could put to use my printer and put a lot of photos and use them as decoration. May. So May for me was a complete failure. I tried to do kind of like watercolor theme, and I'm not really good with watercolors, and honestly I hated all of these pages. And I think it's the first time I'm going to show you this because I did not show them anywhere, and as the result I didn't actually use any of my monthly May pages. So as you can see, these are some pages that are glued together because my first setup was even worse. But I thought, hey, let me give it another try and maybe it will be better. But no, eventually it was not better. So as you can see, everything is unreadable and it's just, I feel like it's just a mess. And I didn't use any of these pages. In my gratitude log, there was just like one sentence and I was like, I don't want to flip back and look at these pages. So when I started doing my weeklies, I kind of went theme by theme. So every week I would do just a random theme for my weeklies, and that one was kind of baking tea party. Then I just had a lot of colors because I think that was when I received my Crayola super tip. So I was like, I have to go crazy with the colors. Then a bee theme. This one I think was inspired by Fenke on Instagram. And yeah, and this page was inspired by plants that blossom on Instagram as well. So I'm going to be sure to link their accounts. And what do we have next? Okay, so then June is my birthday month, and May was such a disaster. So I wanted to do something bright and happy, and I went with a makeup theme. And I think it worked pretty well. This is one of my favorite themes, definitely. So everything looks so organized. It makes me smile looking back at this theme. I'm really proud of myself. This was a really cool idea. Well, at least I think it was a cool idea. But the thing is, because there's like this quote, and this part is 30 letters. And so each letter stands for the day of the month. So this is basically a mood tracker. So I would color one letter every day. And as you can see, it was not a very bad month. This was when I started trying this new format for my weekly planning, where I kind of go just day by day. So I have my task list and like the most important tasks, and then the rest is kind of just like what happened during the day, what I did. I feel like it was a pretty fun way to plan, and these pages kind of look interesting. So I'm not sure what I was supposed to have here, but yeah, I have 2 more empty pages. Okay, so July was about boba tea. And this is also the month when I did 2 setups. So this is connected with washi tape, and that's my first setup. This is the setup I did not like. So I didn't like the colors I used, and it just didn't work for me. But I think this is the one where I have a plan with me video on the channel. But since I didn't like it, and I remember what happened in May when I didn't like the setup and I didn't use it at all, so I decided to redo it. So here is my new boba tea theme for July. And I know it's a little bit wasteful, but I just know how I work, and I know if I don't like the setup, I'm not going to be using it, so I'm not going to be getting benefits from planning, and that's just not a good thing. So here we go. This is my July, and in this theme I used my Karin markers, and I feel like the color scheme is much better. I also used the rainbow notepad to add some accents, and oof, I just love the way it turned out. mystery page. I wonder what I was thinking leaving all those empty pages. But yeah, as you can see, in July, I continued doing the same kind of day-to-day planning. And just because it was really, really, really fun. So what I usually do is that I have like a little weekly setup with my like deadlines and stuff like that, to know what are some important things I have to do. But after that, I would just go day by day. And yes, and I believe this is it for these journals. So starting August, I had a brand new journal. So let's put this one aside and take a look at my next one. So this is the journal I started in August 2021. And this is a square journal. So I wanted to try something different. So I got myself a square journal by Archer and Olive. And I must say this is probably my favorite format. Now, it's not very portable. I probably wouldn't like go around carrying this beast in my bag. But I just love it. And I think I will be using a square format for as long as I can. And then maybe if I need a journal to carry with me, I'll use like a B6 size or something like that. Okay. So this was the time when I decided to follow Catherine De Silva, I think, and start naming my journals. So this one being pink, I decided this is going to be Princess Bubblegum. And then I put my name and of course the number. So this is my 5th journal. That's crazy. I feel like I've been bullet journaling forever, and yet this is just my journal number 5. But okay. So here is my word of the year. Because I'm not sure how long this journal is going to last me. I feel like this is going to be at least a year. And I had this page and I didn't know what to do with, so I decided to just choose a different motivational word. Because sometime around August, things started kind of changing for me. So I thought it might be a good idea to also change my word. Okay, so this is the future log. And this is my favorite format of future logs. And this time it starts in August and it goes up to March. By this time, I'm pretty sure that this journal is going to last me much longer than March. But it's not a big deal. It's just when the time comes, I'm going to create a whole different monthly log from April till, I don't know. I honestly have no idea how long this journal is going to serve me, so we shall see. And then this is my vision board, and we have a Plan With Me video on this one. I feel like for my next vision board, I'm probably going to use like 2 pages, just so I have like more space to write more things. But generally, I feel like this captures like the main things I want from my life. Of course, every journal starts with an About Me page. So this is my About Me page for July 2021. And as you can see, I decided not to fall in the same trap. So I did not leave this page blank for About Me page when this journal runs out. But also, as you can see, I did not really work through my goals. I feel like a lot of things are changing all the time, and it's a little bit scary to put pen on paper, knowing that maybe in a month my goals will be completely different. But hey, this video is a good reminder for me to actually go for it and do it. Okay, so we're going into August, and August was all about kind of back to school stationery theme. I must say it has been a little bit difficult to adjust to a whole new format because, well, A5 is kind of thinner, and then B5 is kind of A5 but bigger. But this is a square, so it's not that easy to kind of try to use the same layouts but in a square notebook format. But I feel like I figured it out and it's working pretty well. It also allows me to actually use less pages. Like for example, here you can see my habit tracker and my mood tracker are on the same page because there is a lot of space. And I actually keep on doing this throughout this journal. So it kind of helps me to save space and also to fill out the entire page because these pages are really, really big. As you can see, for example, for my weekly planning, I can have like a huge weekly setup on just one page. So that's why I'm thinking that this journal is gonna last me forever, because I do need to use less pages for my planning. So September, which is usually the month for back to school, but I couldn't wait. So I did back to school in August, and September was about coffee. And because coffee is kind of very cozy theme, I also added some craft paper here. I'm not sure what these pages were supposed to be. I feel like maybe they were supposed to be for like my weekly planning, but maybe I skipped a few weeks. Oh well. So October is kind of Halloween witchy theme, so I used some of like Archer and Olive stamps, and I used a lot of different like color paper. And kind of a new trend I started with this journal is to have a quote with the cover page. And I tried something different here. So I have my monthly log, I have here gratitude and habits, and I added like this little flop with my to-do lists, and this was just like a brain dump. Don't feel like it's something I used a lot, but well, I feel like the idea behind it was really good, but it just happened that I didn't really need it. Again, some weeks I missed of planning. So as you can see here, I had like no time or energy or inspiration. So I just wrote like a huge to-do list, and I was hoping that next week I'll have it, but no. So my 2 weeks that were supposed to be here are now just like a huge to-do list. So November, I went with a baking theme. And I did this little effect where in each doodle, I just colored a part of the doodle and not a full one. And I'm really so in love with this effect. I feel like it looks great, and I do love my November theme. And you might be thinking that it's very similar to Plants That Blossom on Instagram. And it might be, but I think in many ways it's similar because for this theme I use my collection of Faber-Castell pens, and these are the pens she uses all the time. But anyways, her account will be linked in the description. She's a great creator, so be sure to check her out. And as you can see, by the end of the month, I had no time or inspiration to decorate again. So I kind of just planned like this. So here's the reality behind my journal. It's not always like super pretty or perfect. Sometimes it's just some things written in the middle of the page. But as long as it helps me with my planning, what's the harm? Okay, so we are here on December. And I felt very uninspired for my December. And it was also a very, very busy month with a lot of things. Well, you know how holiday season is. So I kind of went for a very minimalistic design. So I only used the pen with one color, and the craft paper I only actually used on the cover page. It's not even in the setup. So it's pretty minimalist, I would say, but that's what I needed that month. And that was also the month when we started doing doodling challenge on Patreon. As you can see, I skipped a few days. So bad of me. I also started doing a different type of gratitude log in December, where I kind of just keep the page empty and then I fill out my gratitudes with like just different fonts and some doodles. And I went even crazy with this style in January, and I think it just works so well for me. So that's pretty much it for 2021. I have a little memory page on the next page, but it's kind of full of personal stuff. And then it's just my 2022 setup, which we have a separate plan with me video if you want to check it out. So thank you for joining me for this flip through. I hope you had fun. Let me know in the comments what theme was your favorite, and share what theme was your favorite to create in your bullet journal in 2021. And I'll see you in the next one. Keep bullet journaling and don't be a blob. Bye!